Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to Caelus City. I'm OPT Lawyer. Joining me today is once again Norisha, Cham, and Teach. Why are we here?
Because we want candy!
Allegedly. Allegedly there was supposed to be candy in the last issue. That got derailed by the GM. So
there's candy in every issue, thanks to the existence.
I mean, that is not wrong. That is an absolutely true statement there.
You do realize that the candy thing is actually your fault, Jamie?
It kind of is, actually.
You were the one who had to buy the inordinate amount of Kit Kats on Cal's credit card.
Yes, I didn't buy them. You did.
I said on Cal's credit card. You were the one who wanted the 500 pounds of Kit Kat.
I mean, didn't this start with Sink stealing a candy bar?
No.
No, I never stole. I specifically didn't. I made other people buy them for me.
Okay.
Exactly. And then he bought, then when he realized he had access to, Cal's black card or whatever, he's like, I'm going to buy everything you have.
Yeah.
And we filled the trunk of the car with just copious amounts of candy confections.
Yep.
I'm glad he hasn't found Apollo's diamond card yet.
I was going to ask if he has one, but of course he does. He has a successful Twitch channel.
Apollo is a super successful Twitch streamer
exactly.
that he exploits his human on, because we did have risky business. We've had the baking streams. This is Bay City Chronicles at some point. We're not sure why or how.
I mean, Apollo did make that one appearance in Next Gen.
He did.
Yeah.
Like a little cameo right there.
Yes, there was the cameo because he was signing autographs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Autographs, I should say.
Autographs.
I gotta steal that.
Don't shrug, Nora. You're smiling on the inside.
Right.
No, I'm smiling on the outside, too, because that was a fun scene.
So last time, stuff happened. Sink's father called him, yelled at him to go to school. Instead of being really cool and helping him get out of school, Cal was like, yeah, I'm going to help you be late to school. So Sink got to school, and for some reason the GM decided it'd be a great idea to have a bunch of lizards come in and take the school over, so that's what happened. So you guys all attempted to infiltrate the school. You met Helen, the mate of, the general, basically.
Mm-hmm.
She has a use of magic, as Cal found out when she decided to steal TG's meme and make bright light flashing. But Cal and Helen were having a drop-down, drag-out fight that ended up in the backseat of a police car. And then it also ended up with Cal attempting to run off, or attempting to charge at her with his gauntlets now glued to himself or something like that.
You forgot the part where Cal got himself tripped up and had the burlap sack of shame placed on his head.
Yes, right. I did forget about that, actually.
Because I remember the comment of getting back in the office, first thing is, can you at least wash the sack next time?
The last guy in here.
Yes, and this is the first time in however many issues this has been that Cal has actually been in his amalgam superhero costume and persona.
Yes.
It has been a while.
It has been, yes.
Meanwhile, the cat had a candy cane shotgun.
Yes, there was a candy cane shot. I do remember
There
that.
was a candy cane shotgun.
So, if I remember correctly, we ended with Helen running off, kind of going into camouflage kind of thing, and running through a very wide open area in the police perimeter that Cal would have known should not be there. If I also remember, the two of you, Apollo and Sink, were also in the principal's office just wreaking havoc. I don't remember exactly where you two ended, but I just remember stuff was getting destroyed.
I'm pretty sure they ended on top of a stack of lizards.
That's
Yes.
what it was. We had an entire knockdown, drag-out fight inside that little principal's room.
Yeah.
And then we finished, and we were getting ready to walk out.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So, welcome to Caelus City. This is issue 18. I Want Candy Part 2. On the cover is basically, on this cover is Sync and
You
Apollo.
don't have anything, I have one.
No. I had a cover, but I decided to just change it just now. On the cover is Apollo and Sync standing on top of a pile of lizard bodies as they're about to walk off.
It was actually going to be my exact same cover, too, with Apollo just standing there with smoke coming out of the candy cane.
Exactly, yes.
That was exactly going to be my cover,
Yes.
too.
Looking cooler than we have any right to be.
Exactly,
Yep.
yes. Some reason Apollo's got sunglasses and has dressed up somehow, so he's got like the Men in Black tuxedo thing on. So, anyway, we're gonna start though with Cal, because Cal, you just kind of saw like the most important part of the whole thing. So, Helen is gone. Like you saw which direction she was going in, but she's just kind of gone.
So Cal is running. He's still got his arms sort of like tied behind his back. As he runs, he does the weird jump rope thing. They'll put his arms out in front of him.
Oh yeah, you did that. Yeah, you did that at the end of the last day.
So he does that. Then he keeps running. Realize what just happened. Stops for a second. Puts his because his gauntlets have been glued together, but not to his arms.
Right.
So he just steals down and pries them off with his feet. Grabs them basically as a club at this point and starts running.
Okay.
Looks around. You see him hit a button on the. You see him hit a button on the other part of the suit that does. Not entirely sure what it does exactly, but he hits a button. I know what it does. I'm just saying it doesn't do anything overt.
Fair.
As he's just looking around, he's looking for either the chief of police or Detective O'Malley or somebody.
Well,
and if not, and if he doesn't see anybody immediately, he's following her.
Well, you wouldn't see anybody immediately. What you're looking like, O'Malley, you would know O'Malley and the chief are like more towards the front of the building, and you're actually more near the back.
Right. Okay. So yeah, he hits the button, looks around, doesn't see anyone in charge, and follows Lizard Broad Lady.
Right. She, based on her direction, she's running towards the back, like towards the school building. As I said, you're near the back of it, so like rounding the corner, you're in the back of the school. But behind the school though is your typical. There's the track, the football stadium-ish thing, whatnot. There's the kind of like a warehouse exactly, but the place where the school keeps a lot of its equipment for lawn keeping and whatnot, and like the riding lawnmowers and things like that, because schools got money and stuff. And of course the back entrance of the school, which there are a few police officers around, but they look like they're more just like police waiting to see if somebody comes out. They're not really making sure somebody doesn't go in.
So she's running towards the door.
I mean, yeah, you would get the feeling that was the direction she's going in, but she is like pretty much invisible at this point. You can notice her, like, because you knew which way she's going. So you know that what am I thinking of? That thing where you get like that kind of invisible yet kind of shimmer.
Camouflage.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, you're talking about chameleon shimmer.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
I gotcha. So he sees this. He's gonna, as he's running, and just be like, "Block the door with your body physically."
Huh? What?
Just do it. As he keeps running.
So the officers kind of sit there, and instead of immediately doing that, they kind of like point guns at you, like their guns at you, like, "Who is this? Who are you? What's going on?"
Look, my name is Amalgam. You've probably seen me before. I'm working with your boss. I need to get back in there.
So they kind of look at each other. Roll to provoke.
I'm not trying to provoke them.
That's true.
They said, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing here. I'm not provoking them with anything yet. Like, I love to roll as much as the next guy.
I'm trying to figure out how they cannot be how stupid these people are.
That's up to you.
Yeah. You know what? I got a better idea. I never get to roll anything.
Oh. For the record, I have a response to whatever happens.
No, of course you would. Okay, yeah, so they look at you, and they look back, and then they kind of, like, jump, like, into the doorway, if you will.
I'm keeping my eye on the shimmer as this happens.
Still looking, like, really confused, but they're doing it, because you can tell they clearly recognize the name.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily you, but they're like, okay, we know who this person is.
The name is a thing. All right.
Yeah.
I'm keeping track of the shimmer. Where has it gone?
It has actually run towards the stadium, and it actually has gone in that direction the entire time.
The stadium? Okay.
Yes.
I keep running back. As I'm running back, this is going to sound really weird, but there could be something camouflage. Just staying in front of the door physically. And keeps running.
More weird than a bunch of lizards attacking a school?
It is a lizard!
Okay! So you're running off towards the stadium. So back inside, Sink and Apollo, you guys have left the principal's office. There's a little bit of chaos going on now.
How many lizards are left in the building, roughly?
In the building?
How about how many can we see?
I was gonna say, how many?
How many do we know?
Yeah, right. So, let's say there's going to be like 4 lizards in your direct line of vision running towards the principal's office because, radio signals or whatever went out, like, emergency. And these are the first 4 responders, and they're holding different types of guns.
Okay.
Whatnot, as they come running.
Good enough.
But
Apollo,
you guys would have the advantage because you guys come out, like, ready for something. They're not ready for you to come out.
Apollo's going to hit a button on his collar.
Okay.
It's going to activate the PA system.
Okay.
Hey, lizards. This is the final boss, Apollo speaking. We're in the principal's office. And you start hearing boss music play.
Oh, you're trying to invite them in.
Which one, though?
No,
I'm really
what boss music is
yeah.
playing? I mean, One Wing Angel's the best boss music to drop here.
Oh, here I thought it was gonna be like what's his face? Oh, Zeromus.
No, it'll change to Megalovania when the battle starts.
Okay, that was...
But I am rolling to provoke them.
Okay, sure.
Ooh.
Okay. So you're just trying to draw, like, all of them towards you?
Yeah, I want to fight.
Okay. Alright, so,
I have a plan then. Let's work with this.
So what happened, what happens is, the 4 that are coming towards you are, they kind of pause for a moment because they hear the your voice going over the loudspeakers and the PA system and whatnot. It kind of surprises them. You don't get the feeling that everybody else is rushing towards you, but you definitely feel like you now have an opportunity to destroy the 4 things in front of you.
Do you want to go for it, Apollo, or should I?
Go ahead. I usually destroy everything. This is an actual conversation that we're having.
It's 100%. Because these 4 lizards have just kind of stopped and they're looking around like, what?
I usually blow everything up. You take a turn. You go ahead. I'm going to sit here and lick myself.
Okay, you do that, and I'll just relive some childhood memories, further childhood, whatever. And Sig's going to, like, open a portal between these 4 lizards, kind of like go like boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
And these portals are actually going to drop them inside of locked student lockers.
Okay. Roll to unleash your powers, I think.
Sweet.
Because these 4 are currently not a threat. So
That's true. Yeah. So, that's a 9.
all right, so you've got 1 team in the pool because the session started.
I'm not going to waste that single team.
All right, so do you either want to take a condition or you want this to be temporary or unstable?
I am going to take a condition.
Okay. So 4 lizards drop down through the floor, and some 4 different students are going to be very, very upset that the lockers are now going to be, bent out of shape.
Not sure which condition to actually mark for that.
I just make it temporary unstable. Make it unstable.
I could, yeah, because I don't see any conditions that make sense. Because right now, like, we feel pretty confident. So yeah, let's do the temporary unstable. That way, I can feel bad later.
So again, the 4 lizards drop out down through the floor or whatnot. What does seem to happen though is that instead of all 4 of them disappearing entirely, 2 of them now end up falling on the floor directly behind you.
Yeah, okay. Apollo, your turn.
One of the
Okay.
Yeah. One of them is quicker to get to their feet than the others. They're still just Apollo go kind of thing.
Apollo hits another button on the cat, and the mech suit comes out.
Oh no, not in the school! Wait, yeah, in the school. Destroy it.
Can I add an addendum here?
For the record, this will be the second school that I've destroyed as a PC.
Well, you haven't destroyed it
that-
yet.
Here it comes.
Yep. I do want to add one thing. Since the last time we've seen the school, Cal has added something to the mech suit.
Oh, please do go tell.
Cal has added a laser pointer targeting system.
I forget, how big is the mech suit again?
I mean, it's
big.
it can walk around. It can walk around in the hallways, as far as I remember. It's not like
it holds a cat, not a human.
Yeah.
It's basically turns the cat into Donkey Kong.
Okay, here I was picturing one of the Zords or something.
You were picturing the Megazord, weren't you?
It was, yeah. It's like a nice school.
Yeah.
So,
No,
so
you
with
get-
that revelation, you see the laser hit the lizard, and then you immediately see the mech suit hit the lizard.
All right, roll to directly engage. Okay. Pick one then.
Oh, this guy's getting... I forget which one.
I mean, yeah, you get punched in the face. That happens.
I'm gonna frighten them. You just got punched in the face with the mech suit.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, am I the only one who thinks Apollo needs to get to 5 moves so he can take the adult move, overwhelm a vulnerable foe?
Probably.
It fits him.
Oh yeah. So, all right. So you punch this guy right in the schnoz. This lizard. He let's see. Was he the one? All right. So you just smash this guy in the face, and he just goes careening into the lockers. Just on the hallway there, and you get this scene that this lizard horizontally slamming into 4 or 5, 3 or 4 lockers, just right in a row, and they all bend out of shape and whatnot. But one of those lockers actually had a somebody decided to bring a Nerf gun to school because why not? So that Nerf gun yeah, so the Nerf gun goes off, and what happens is it bounces off of your mech suit, slams into the lighting fixtures above, and the lighting fixtures come down and slam in the back of the mech suit. So I need you to I need you to mark a condition for me.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the other lizard on the floor scrambles to his feet and just starts running. So,
Sink. I want him.
Alright, fine. I'll give you to him. And so Sink will open up another portal, this time for Apollo, to drop the mech on top of the lizard.
Directly engage, I guess. That makes sense.
A great good opportunity.
I mean, yeah.
You're using Apollo as a deadly weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A deadlier weapon.
A deadlier weapon, yeah.
I mean, this is basically like you weaponizing the easy bake oven.
Mm-hmm.
I tend not to fight well, so I try not to do it myself.
So what actually ends up happening is you drop Apollo through the portal and whatnot. Instead of dropping it on the lizard, you drop it on yourself. Sick, I need you to roll to take a powerful blow for me.
I just picture Sync like doing this like really cool pose, like I got this, and then, boosh.
I said him, not you.
Well, hey, there you go. So,
Although apparently, Chimmy doing my version of the speed run.
right?
Apparently,
So, what happens when the Mecha Apollo drops from the ceiling?
So what happens is when it comes down, Sync like looks up and he's like, "Uh-oh," and then like slams down. And there's like a bit of smoke and debris and such, and like Sync is just like an inch off of like where Apollo's mech foot like landed, and it's like his fur briefly turns white. It's like okay, Mickey.
Okay. So, you have one lizard that's mostly unconscious off to the side, and you have another one that scrambled and ran off.
But come on, Apollo, I set you up. Go for it.
You set me up on top of you.
Missed.
I love this already.
Apollo hits the combat. Hey, Cal, did you put any ranged weapons in this thing?
Yeah, I have the perfect thing for this. Hold on.
You hit the button, and all you hear is.
I'll call you back.
Cal is not used to running.
So Apollo sees a button that says Mentos and Diet Coke. He pushes it.
Please tell me there's just a Mentos and some Diet Coke that go into the cockpit now.
No.
Oh,
No.
roll to directly engage. All right.
You see this Mentos shoot out of the cannon, out of the back, homing in on the back of the lizard, slaps to its back, followed by a jet of Diet Coke. And the lizard explodes.
Well, it doesn't explode exactly, but pick two first before I get into what happens.
Yes.
That gift I just posted is what happens, by the way.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm going to take something from them, their ability to run.
Oh, don't worry about that. What's the other one?
Okay. Well, actually, in that case, I'm going to resist and avoid, and I'm going to surprise, because...
Oh, don't worry about that.
Well, I mean, I have to pick two.
I know.
And
Well,
the only other thing I can do is take something.
Well, you knocked the one
I can
unconscious.
create an opportunity. I can
Yeah.
create an opportunity. So,
Okay,
yeah, I'll
there you
resist
go.
and create
There
an
you go.
opportunity.
Yeah. Well, because you knocked the one unconscious who was running away. Because you just like this. So the spray, the just this fountain of Diet Coke and Mentos just goes slamming in the back of this lizard's head, and he just goes. You just hear this skull on metal as he just slams into a locker and just like collapses. After that happens, the other one who's like, already like laying on the floor with the dented lockers next to him, he just looks up and just like,
I quit.
yeah, he's done. He's out. He like faints.
Pull the white flag out.
And Sync just teleports him into a locker for safekeeping. Stay there.
So,
I told you to take care of the other one, Sync. I had to do everything. Come on.
I took care of a couple of them. I didn't want to steal your thunder anyway. Remember, I gotta keep a low profile.
So we'll flip back to Cal, who's running for the first time in a long time. So Cal, you're running towards the stadium.
I'm keeping track of the shimmer.
Yeah. So, the stadium's a nice, high school stadium. It actually is like a proper-ish kind of stadium. In so much as there's, two, each side has its own like built-up stands and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're
Yeah.
talking to a guy who played football in high school. I get you.
Oh, you did? I didn't even realize that. Okay. So, so this one is definitely running towards the school's locker rooms. As in, not the visitor locker rooms, but the school's locker rooms.
Yeah. So at this point, with the constant running, at this point, Cal has hit 3 buttons on the glued together gloves.
Okay.
And the next thing that you know, the same Mentos and Diet Coke that just got used, well, the same concept, Mentos and Diet Coke that got used, is being used to rocket propel these gloves as rocket fists towards her face.
Okay. Rolls unleash your powers, I think? Or are you actually trying to attack her?
Oh, I'm attacking her.
Okay,
I'm attacking her.
Alright. Roll to directly engage then. Alright, pick one.
Taking something from her.
What's that?
Her ability to run. I'm tripping her.
Okay. So. Your gloves go like rocket flight. Now, do you let these go or are you like rocketing with them?
I mean, if you let me rocket with them, I'm rocketing with them.
That's fine. That's actually what I was expecting. So, you and your gloves just go flying into her, and you definitely feel like you hit her back, because she definitely, you hear her, and you are able, she falls flat on the ground after you trip her up. You, however, you kind of keep going as her tail just kind of whaps your back really hard, and you go flying into the wall in front of you. Mark a condition for me.
I'm marking guilty because I'm damaging school property.
Oh yeah, because that's really gonna matter here. Alright, so you hear her.
Also, Apollo, if you have the open comms, you just hear a thunk,
Yeah, exactly.
Sync.
and then groaning.
We should probably go help him.
No, I think he's got it under control.
You hear this too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear it.
I-
We got the entire school to deal with. Cal can take care of one lousy lizard. We gotta help him, don't we? Alrighty. I actually have a plan, but
I'm intrigued.
we gotta make sure that she's distracted first.
I'm pretty sure from the sounds of that, she's distracted.
Right. Alright. Well, we don't even know where they are, do we?
I was gonna say I don't think you do.
Hey, Cal! Cal, where are you?
In the wall.
Which wall?
Brick.
Okay, brick wall. That
So
means...
that limits it to 1, 2, 3. There's a lot
Okay,
of brick.
does it smell like pool water or gym shorts?
Pain and grass.
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 Okay. That means a football field. Let's go.
Hey, can I have a little creative license for this
Go
next
ahead,
part?
go ahead.
So the gloves that are still rocketing around on the Diet Coke and Mentos finally come back around. Apparently, they're now piloting with them, and a spatula appears, and they just peel Cal off the wall and leave an indent of him on it.
That's fine.
He turns around. I normally don't use bad language, but for you, I'll make an exception, bitch.
So,
And then he takes the clearly nerd fighting pose where he not sure he can do this, but he's doing it anyway.
right. So she.
So,
Go ahead.
go on.
I was gonna say,
Well-
as you say that, Cal, before you can even finish, she's still chameleon, shimmering, whatnot. And she flips up, like that ninja kind of like off, like flip up from your back.
Kip up.
Yeah, exactly. And she kind of growls angrily as she rips one of the locker doors off of it and is holding it like a weapon. Is slowly approaching you with it. So
it looks like a floating locker door.
Pretty much,
Right.
yeah. So Sync, go. Do something.
Well, Sync's gonna try to portal into what he thinks is the right locker room. So let's actually do this.
Roll to unleash your
probably-
powers.
No, okay, yeah, that'll work. I was actually gonna roll dice to see which one I go into. But
Oh, no. That's unleashing your powers. That's what's going to happen.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Unleashing your powers is rolling dice to see which one you go into.
That's true. Okay, so Sync's gonna teleport walk into... Yeah, okay, so he doesn't. So, what happens is that we get this nice, cool panel of Sync walking out of the locker room for the home team. Like, walking out of the walls there.
Yep.
With his hands in his pockets. And, he walks towards this clearly floating locker door, because he assumes that that's the person who's like, oh, it's gotta be the Wizard Woman. So, first things first is he's going to, like, call out in a weirdly commanding voice, because his voice is going to get oddly deep and reverberating,
Okay.
and it's going to sound like a weirdly deep masculine fox. And he's going to shout to her, like, freeze! So it sounds like a really, maybe a ton of voices echoing off of the walls, maybe to make it sound even more intimidating.
Okay,
To get her to, like, hold what she's doing.
roll to provoke.
Okay.
And depending on your result, Cal has a comment.
Okay, provoke. Oh, I'm trying to trick somebody, so that is... When you mislead,
I don't know. Are you trying to trick them? You're just telling her freeze.
That's right. Well, that's true. I'm trying to use my powers to do it.
Okay, that's fine.
right. But yeah, I'm trying to make it sound scarier than it is.
Fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not the scary one in the party.
Not yet. So here we go. Let's roll this thing. It's a 9. Okay, so 7 I get choose 2. I get an opportunity.
Okay.
Or I get weakness, flaws, confuse them for some time, or avoid entanglement. So, what this does, I'm going to use I get an opportunity, and I'm going to expose a weakness or flaw here. And my opportunity, I'm taking it now, is I'm going to... Sig's going to slowly walk towards this woman, and he's going to actually kind of open his hands up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to look like there's all these thousands of shadowy knives are just appearing all in front of him. He's walking towards her, and they are sharp as daggers can be.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually kind of like aimed them all towards her, and he says, "Since you've messed with Amalgam, I thought I'd show you a real threat. Take this!" And he's going to fire all these knives at her. And the idea is for her to defend herself against what are obviously fake knives, as he opens a portal actually behind her for Apollo to come in and to do his tag team attack on her.
All right.
So that was the opportunity I took, and that was also the exposing. So I'm not sure if you want me to roll for it, if you want Apollo to do his thing, or...
I mean, that's part of the...
I suppose, yeah, that's the
Part
opportunity.
of the fun here.
Right. So, I'm trying to think if she does anything in the interim, but I don't think so. Okay, Paul, just do your thing.
All right. So, I don't know how we're going to roll. I think we're going to have to roll this as a directly engaged. But Apollo's going to come out with Twizzler handcuffs.
Okay. And?
Handcuff the lizard.
That's it? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's going to be the brutal takedown, Okay, so Apollo's going to do the brutal police takedown.
Okay. That's better. Roll direct engage. Like, that's all? I was expecting something massive.
I set you up for something cool. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, using the picture I just sent.
There we go, yeah.
No, Apollo's going to come through and do the brutal police takedown.
All right.
So, comes out of the portal, grabs the lizard by the...
Give me your 2 before you tell me what you're doing so I can plan something.
Well, we're going to resist and we're going to frighten the ever-living
yeah. All right. Continue.
So through the portal, you don't see Apollo. You see the mech arm.
Mm-hmm.
Come through, grab the lizard by the back of the throat, slam it into the ground, and then you see the mech suit come out and sit on the lizard like a cat sitting on, just pristily sitting on a chair. Followed by the Twizzler handcuffs.
Yeah.
I got it!
See, Malcolm, was that really so hard to take down one lizard?
I mean, all it took was you finally reaching puberty.
Ow.
Ouch.
I think the only thing I dropped was my pride.
That's almost an emotional powerful blow right there. Jeez.
I think it is. I think you're gonna have to.
I think that is actually.
I think we're gonna have to powerful blow
I think
that.
so.
I could take insecure of y'all.
Well, here's the fun part: is the one thing that would clear, which is angry. I'm not. No wait.
I just hurt you because I can.
Oh no, wait! I am angry. I lied.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can I?
Yeah.
Can I clear angry?
If he roll, if he rolls to take a powerful blow, you can clear angry.
I'll roll for it.
I wasn't really giving you much of an option. Oh, hey, there you go. So that like, I don't know. You tell me. That bounces off you like rubber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you said, the only thing that dropped was my pride.
Yeah.
It's like it's just C6 and like, yeah.
A jerk.
Okay.
Cal's gonna go over and take the gloves again, hit a button, and we've never seen how his gloves work, but basically what they do is they just squirt liquids into a little capsule, and he can throw it like a bomb. Basically, Honey Lemon from Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
That's literally Cal's inspiration is Honey Lemon.
I see it now.
Well,
no idea.
The picture that you see is actually Rule 63 Honey Lemon.
I have no idea.
That explains everything. It's so
Doesn't it?
weird.
So he hits a button, the capsule appears. He just walks over to where Apollo is still on the lizard and just sort of gets there and just smacks the capsule on the lizard. Okay. And what the capsule is basically he took every bit of food coloring he had and put it in a capsule and just smashed it on top of her. So if she's trying to camouflage, there's too many colors for her.
Oh, that's evil.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Roll to unleash, I think. Ooh.
I'm going to spend the team selfishly.
Okay, I can help you with it in some way, but that works.
It's funnier if I spend the team selfishly.
All right. What do you do?
Okay.
I overfill the bomb, and when I hit it, I cover Apollo too.
That's never gonna come out.
It somehow managed to seep into the mech suit.
No! It smells too. It smells like dude! No!
Can we allow this?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think this has to be temporary or unstable.
What did you change, by the way?
Freak up, savior down.
Makes sense. All right. So, temporary or unstable.
It
Okay.
smells so bad. Cal, what did you put in that?
He looks. Oh, oops.
So,
Oops.
instead of like all the multicolors that you're expecting, they mixed all together, and now it's just like a big gray. You still see her because she's now covered in gray food coloring. Or brown. Actually, with colors like that, it's probably all brown. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Ew.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Cal looks down. Oh, I forgot to warn you. My colors aren't to scale.
That's a bad joke.
I believe this is where we lead her up to the cops.
Or we take her to the cops. I don't want to leave her out of our sight.
Lead her over to the cops.
Oh, lead her. Right. I think
Well,
lead.
one of you could go get the cops, and I could just sit here. She's not going anywhere.
Think you're fastest.
Okay, fine. So, Sync will portal out over to the police barrier.
Man, Cal, this is never going to come out of my fur. Seriously.
I mean, you can use Sync's special shampoo.
Yeah, I'm not dyeing my fur black.
It's already black.
Oh, man, I've got gray hairs. Fine.
Anywho, Sync's gonna appear by the police that are surrounding the school. Like, he's just gonna kind of like walk casually out around. And
Okay.
he says, officers?
Are you just shouting to random officers, or are you looking for someone specific?
He's looking at the people who are at least seem to be in charge.
I mean, you do know Detective O'Malley. You've met him.
Is he
Yeah.
there? Okay, so is he visible? Great. Then
Yeah,
I'll go to Detective
him and
O'Malley.
the chief are in front of the school. Yeah.
Okay, then he'd logically go to Detective O'Malley.
All right.
So he'll like walk up and say, "Hey, detective."
So technically, it's just kind of like does this like double take, like he looks at you, kind of like grabs you, pulls you off to the side. It's like, what are you doing here?
Well, we got the guy. We got the bad guy.
The bad guy.
Well, the one who's in charge of the bad guys here.
Okay, where
We got him
is
tied up in
this?
the locker room. Just come this way.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Ask questions later, yeah.
Yeah, fine. He tells the chief he's going to the back and whatnot. He brings a few patrolmen with him. Or SWAT team
He
members,
walks
actually.
that way because, I mean, he's not going to port all these guys. Don't think he could.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he'll just lead them over to where, like, the locker room is. Quick as can be.
Right, so that takes a little bit. So is Cal and Apollo, you guys doing anything while Sync's out getting police officers?
Holding this broad down.
And complaining about my fur a lot. You just see inside the cockpit, and Apollo's reluctantly trying to lick it off of his fur, and every time he does, it's the most disgusting taste, and he spits it out.
Because it's got durian extract in it.
Yeah, it's awful. And Apollo, every time he does that kind of, and he licks it, and it's just the most disgusting taste. You just hear him whine more.
Right, well, she's not saying anything, so...
Clearly.
And so Sync, you show up with Detective O'Malley. He's got a few SWAT officers flanking him, but he goes in alone, like with you, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes up, so Apollo, Cal, you can see O'Malley and Sync come in, and O'Malley's looking at everything around, and he's just like, I'm not sure I want to know what happened in here, so I'm not going to ask. What do you got? Who do you got?
Well, far as I know, I don't know a name because we're out on a first name basis. But as far as I know, this is the woman who is married to the general of the lizard tribe.
Actually, she did give a name, and she gave it
It's
while we
Helen.
were in the office.
Yeah.
Helen.
I'm sorry, I had a sack on my head!
I know, I didn't. I was listening. That's why I know her name is Helen.
Anyway, apparently her name is Helen.
Huh.
And she is admitted to being the general's mate. They were here looking for a specific someone to try and kidnap them. All of which I can give you more information when we're out of earshot of Miss, angry, painted, and scaly here.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, she was trying to use a camouflage trick, so I just literally splashed her with every bit of food coloring I had and extract of durian, so pardon the smell of turpentine, onions, and gym sock.
Oh. Is that what that was? I thought that was just because of the locker room. Oh.
I mean,
The locker room, because that's the gym sock.
yeah.
It's awful, and it won't get out of my fur.
So that coming from the giant, the mecha suit, whatnot. O'Malley looks at it as like, what? You know,
Who do you think it is? There's only one person left.
it's not.
Hold on, I got this. Cal walks over and scritches behind the mech suit's ear.
No, it's not a who. It's a why is he? You know, I don't want to know. Okay.
It's just he has some hands.
No, Cal walks over to the detective and goes, when he asks, I'm not going to tell him no. You've seen what he can do.
Fair enough. So
That's actually better.
he calls the other 2 SWAT officers, and they come in and they do the whole thing where they actually put like real handcuffs on her.
But my prisoner
And then Cal looks, oh, by the way, detective, remember the reason we first met?
Wasn't I at the hospital when you were assaulting a lizard there? I was trying to assault the hospital.
No. The reason we first met in your office.
Oh.
The GM doesn't remember this, does he?
No, he does. He's just...
Okay.
So, O'Malley's like, he takes that notepad and flips it. Oh, yeah. Oh, why?
Something similar what we were worried about there may still be happening because something that I have pictures of that I can show you, but people you trust explicitly only.
So, it's like, okay. So he gets the 2 SWAT guards to pick her up and just start taking her off. As he waits for them to get out of earshot, he looks at you, he's like, okay, what happened?
So we got fighting. Sync teleported us into the back of a cop car. She escaped, and there was a hole in your perimeter that shouldn't be there. And Cal finally goes, and here's what it is. And he finally goes and hits the button again, and out of his shoulder pops an SD card. And I'm going to roll always prepared, the last one I have, for the recording I have been keeping.
All right.
And like most police chest cams, it pre-records for 30 seconds or so before the button gets activated.
Yep.
As you well know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Of all people.
I would very well know that one.
Oh dear, Cal.
You have no team left either.
I don't.
So.
No, do what you want. I'm just reminding, because I forget this is a GM too. A 6 does not mean doesn't work.
I know.
It means bad crap happens.
Oh, no, no. I know.
Also, Nora, that's what potential looks like.
I wouldn't. No. I roll too good for y'all.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
I'm also going to mark angry because I'm out of always prepared.
Mm-hmm. So Mally takes the SD card.
Can I say what happens to the SD card?
No, the SD card's fine. Externally.
Yes, but I want to say what's on the SD card.
Oh, I thought you were talking... Oh, yes, go ahead.
So you can decide whether or not the data he needs is there. But the first thing O'Malley finds is Cal in the risky business outfit doing the risky business skit. You also find Cal doing bikini modeling.
It was a one-time Speedo. It was a one-time favor for a friend, and it was a Speedo. And no, yes, I did have to get the Russian wax for that.
All right.
So, anyway, O'Malley, I guess, has a tablet with him. You just put that card into, is watching it there.
Oh my eyes!
He sees that, he just looks over at you, he's like, why do you even film this?
Ah,
He looks, because I look good in hot pink.
no, you don't.
I'm going to agree with the Fox on this one.
My eyes.
How do you think I feel? I had to record it.
How long is this section?
a couple hours.
Okay, can we just skip past here? There, other file. Okay. So what is this? So you pull up the. So basically, what body camera ever since like you got out?
Yeah, yeah. It's literally the body camera of when he got out of the police car until he basically it's everything from when Cal got out of the police car until right now.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're looking. He's watching this, and you see the footage. You're recording and everything, and he's just looking at it like, He kind of like puts the as he just watches like the first little bit of it as his Helen runs through like what should be an area that's got more police officers in it, and he just kind of like puts his kind of like doesn't drop the tablet per se, but he just kind of like puts it off to the side as he just sits down on one of the benches and just kind of rubbing his head like, oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't an accident then.
Oh. No, there is no way any proper police procedure would ever have nobody watching the side of the building that's being taken over. And that is a massive gap that should not have even happened. Like, no one else was there. If Cal hadn't even... I'm sorry. What was your superhero name again, kid?
Amalgam.
Amalgam. Thank you. I don't know if Mally knew that. Amalgam here. If he hadn't been there, we wouldn't have even seen this, which is bad. Because we should have eyes on every section of that building or the school. So...
Well, now that you know, though, it should be easy, right? Like, just find out who was in charge of that section, round up all the people on the team.
Yeah, so about that, I know who's running this entire operation. That would be the chief himself.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know if that means he's doing something or if other people just disobeyed direct commands. So, but the chief is the one who put people in places, like set the squadrons up before we left. Oh, boy.
Sounds like we got to keep an eye on the chief of police.
Yes.
And how exactly do you think we do that?
That's something I can at least do better than you kids can, since I work with
I don't
them.
know. We got some pretty good tech wizards, you know.
Sink, let him do it.
Okay.
Yeah. As I said, it may not even be the chief. The problem is this puts him in play, which is a problem.
Well, my thought is this. Let's assume the best and expect the worst.
Absolutely. Alright, is one of you supposed to be in school, or are you all out? I don't even know.
That'd probably be me.
Okay.
I should probably get back to being in school.
Remember how I said I had eyes on the inside?
Right. Alright, yes. You get back inside, just get back inside and get back to normal, whatever that is for you, and then just stay in there, with the rest of everybody. We're clearing the building's been cleared as best as it can be right now. We're picking up, there is, for some odd reason, is a pile of bodies in the principal's office, which has also mostly been destroyed.
Yeah.
We found a number of lizards, littering the hallways. The rest of them seem to have run off. There was, unfortunately, one of the... Well, a SUV swung by, a block or so away from here. We didn't pick it up until it was too late. But
We got the ringleader, so that's something. But Whatever, I'll get back to school. So, you're gonna watch the chief of police then?
I mean, I'm gonna start someplace. I gotta figure out how to. I gotta figure out how to do that and figure out who was supposed to be here. Because I know when we, like, it was a quick planning session. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we had a ton of time, but we had like a staging area and we had it set up where everyone was. There was gonna be eyes on every angle of that building, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Well, where did this meeting take place?
I mean, in the actually, part of it would have been in the station itself before we deployed, and part of it would just happen right outside, right out.
Where specifically in the station?
The I don't know what they call the police meeting room normally.
Cal was specifically asking you who was in the chief's office.
Oh, it wasn't in the chief's office. It was like in just the normal briefing area.
Well, do you remember one thing, Detective? We kind of have unintentional eyes in your boss's office.
We do?
Because the computer thing.
Remember when we fixed all the computers?
Oh, right.
Do you think somebody like me was going to leave there without leaving something back, just in case?
Yeah. No.
And yes, I just admitted to a felony.
I was gonna say I don't think I knew that, and I don't think I should have known that. So.
Well, maybe you don't know it.
I don't. Just yes. Okay. So, look. Anyway, let's.
Yeah,
Can you
right.
Can you get back in without like I can get you back in?
Can I get back in?
He can
Yes.
get back in.
I can
Okay.
get back in.
Yeah.
Okay,
As you do that, O'Malley's just staring at you like, can you? Like.
Yes, I can get back in.
Okay.
So before Sync goes, though, he's going to pierce the mask on O'Malley.
Okay.
Woo, 7, okay. I was scared for a second.
I think that's 1, right?
It is 1. Yeah. So, since this guy was saying that he was going to take care of this thing with the chief, Sync's going to actually try to study this guy and see what's he really planning on doing.
Well, you get the feeling that he's pretty shocked by a lot of this, but what is he really planning on doing? From his body language and everything else, you can tell he's dreading the fact that he has to now figure out how to watch the chief of police behind his back. But it involves well, you guys already, as Cal mentioned, you already have something on his computer. Now he's thinking he's gonna have to actually like. And this is just, you see it on his face. He's going to have to actually bug his boss's office.
All right, cool. And so with that, Sync is going to fall onto the ground and fall back into, like, there was a closet where Cal and Apollo were in, like, when he stuck him into the school. So Sync's going to fall into that closet and, like, try to recolor himself back to normal, but then he forgot that his fur is still partially dyed black, so.
Right.
Best as he can be, he'll crawl out of the closet and, like, is it over?
Yeah. So, in the room you're in, the police are in there. They thought they had cleared the room. So when you open the door, like, do that, you immediately get, like, 2 guns pointed towards you until they realize you're a civilian.
Ah!
They're like, oh, it's just like, hey, all right. And they get you out of there, join everybody else. Meanwhile, O'Malley and I'm guessing Cal and Apollo are walking out of the locker room.
Yeah, probably.
So, when you guys get outside,
Cal, can you hit the button on the back? Because I can't get out of this mech suit, and you gummed up everything. So the mech suit fails to open and shocks Apollo.
Why? Okay.
Because I want to take a powerful blow.
All right, fine. Roll it then.
Congratulations, you hurt yourself.
I guess.
Well, he did get all that stuff all inside the suit.
No, he did.
Ow!
Okay. So,
Ow.
7. So, pick one from the list.
Oh, I'm gonna lash out verbally.
Okay. And do what?
Provoke a teammate to do something foolhardy.
Okay.
Cal, you can't do anything right. You lost the formula, now you're shocking me. Come on!
Roll to provoke.
What is he What are you provoking him to do?
Oh, don't worry. If he hits enough, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds like you're taking advantage of your influence to inflict a condition.
I was gonna say, yeah. Whatever. Alright, provoke. Alright, so which one are you picking, Nora? Either he does the thing and he adds scene to the pool, or he doesn't do the thing and he takes a condition.
Isn't that his choice here?
No, it's you get to pick character to stick.
Oh, well, then do the thing. Let's get some team.
Okay, I'm going to do the thing.
I don't even know what the thing is.
Yeah, don't worry. So he says this, and Cal stops dead in his tracks. Because he was walking ahead of Apollo and then stops and turns around.
Need popcorn for this.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You heard me. You gummed up the suit because you used the wrong chemicals on the lizard. You lost the formula. Come on! I'm the muscle of the group!
Let's see how much muscle you are. Cal hits a button on his suit, and you just hear mech suit self-destruct sequence initiated. 5,
Oh, no,
4,
no,
3, 2, 1.
I'm sorry!
The back door opens up, and just pops you out. And Cal just looks over, and then you hear a... And Cal runs over and looks like he's getting ready to kick a field goal.
Oh no, not again. I'm sorry. I'll clean my own litter box.
Cal stops about 2 inches from Apollo when he says that. Like, foot 2 inches from Apollo.
Am I still alive?
Bring up the formula again, and you'll only have 8 lives.
Oh, wait. I think I've already used a few.
I was gonna say, I think he's used a few here.
3 lives.
Yeah. That's better.
That's not right.
Now, I suggest you don't bring that up again, or the last thing you're going to have to worry about is cleaning a litter box.
Okay, zip.
The best thing for you to do right now is to put this on, and he hands the emotional support cat, and go be Sync's cat for the day.
Okay, I saw we. And Apollo gives you the big, sappy kitty eyes.
And I'm going to clear angry again for hurting a teammate.
That's fine.
Oh.
Apollo's gonna walk over to Sync at this point.
Well,
He's in his classroom, so you gotta
well,
find him
you're
first.
being led outside, so.
Oh, sweet, okay.
Sync though, as you're not Sync, sorry, Apollo, as you're like walking, padding, back towards the school, you definitely get a very, very strong whiff of something. Something you've become very familiar with over the last 10 minutes.
Is it ketchup on a sandwich?
No, that durian extract, but yes.
Ugh, not again.
Cal. Well, you look over and you see. Remember those 2 SWAT guards who were taking the lizard away? Yeah, they're currently laying on the ground, and you basically stepped in what looks like remnants of the food dye as the lizard clearly ran off in a direction that you're not standing in part of.
Apollo is going to go after the lizard, not telling anyone.
Okay. All right, so you go running off.
Is this where Apollo clears insecure?
No,
Because Apollo's not insecure?
Apollo's not insecure.
Yeah, he's never insecure.
So
He's angry and guilty right now.
there you go. So these tracks like lead around to the warehouse I mentioned earlier. That's got the school's different things to keep the stadium and the lawn all right and whatnot. And you see they've definitely gone inside, but the door to get in is closed. So tell me what Apollo wants to do.
Have I found the lizard?
No, you found tracks that go to a door.
Oh, Apollo's gonna barge the door open.
Okay, are you gonna you're just barging in, or are you gonna go in quietly?
I mean, as quietly as a cat can barge into it, like it's gonna poke his head in the room like a cat would.
Okay, perfect. So I mean, you come in and it's just this large area. It's got a lot of sporting equipment, at least 2 or 3 riding lawnmowers. Just a lot of stuff in it, whatnot. In the far back, though, you can definitely hear a feminine voice speaking. You get the feeling that it's since you're only hearing one part of a conversation, you get the feeling it's through some kind of communication device. As you basically hear her giving a status update and saying that they're pulling out and they could not find the target.
So Apollo is going to walk up to the location of the sound.
Mm-hmm.
And start doing the cat thing of nudging the lizard with his head.
Okay. So, the moment she sees you, she's gonna grab you by the, that little thing part of the neck back there.
Scruff.
Yeah, the scruff, and she's gonna lift you up. And she's gonna, bring it, look at you like, what do you want?
Hey! Put that scruff down!
3 seconds why I shouldn't just throw you across the room, you mangy twitch star you.
I mean, we're not so different after all.
Right. She looks like she's like, yoink! What?
Where I'm from, I'm an outcast too. Yes, you are green and scaly, and I am black and furry.
Okay. I'm blue and scaly, thank you.
Well, right now you're green because of whatever that awful
No,
smell
right
is
now
on
she's
you.
gray because of all
Okay.
that crap. Yeah.
It's awful. Whatever.
Yeah.
You need a bath. But I'm not from this area, and I feel like y'all are just doing this the wrong way. And Apollo's actually using not so different at all.
Remind me what that is. I know it's a thing. I'm trying to remember what it does.
When you talk about your home, roll plus freak. On a 10 plus, choose 2. On a 7 and 9, choose 1. During the conversation, you confess a flaw of your home, add 1 team to the pool, mislead them about your home, take influence over them, describe the glories of your home, clear a condition. On a miss, you inadvertently reveal more about yourself than planned. You tell them a secret or vulnerability you've not shared with Earthlings before now.
All right, roll up.
Well, I just did. That's a 12.
Oh, sorry, missed it. All right. So
I mean, of course it's 12 because that's all I roll on this channel.
question: what is your freak at? Just out of curiosity.
2.
Okay, I was thinking you were trying to provoke your most negative roll to get something low, but there you go. Right.
No, it's just funny at this point that I
Right.
just rolled 12s.
Fair enough. All right, go for it. What do you got?
Yeah, I haven't even told the guy who owns me about my home. And we've had this civil war between the cats and dogs for years. And everyone's trying to one-up each other, trying to sneak in. Why can't y'all just talk? So, one, confessing a flaw of my home.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the team.
So you get one of those back, yay.
And then I'm going to mislead the lizard.
Kind of figured, actually, that's where you were going with that. So,
Okay.
I was going to say, because I know exactly how you get influence over her. Because you talk about this, and she just kind of looks at you, kind of like tilts her head a bit. She's, she doesn't let you go immediately, but, you know, she's still holding you by the scruff, and she's just like, I have better things to do than deal with you. And she just kind of puts you down, let your scruff go. And she looks at you with this odd look of a respect of a warrior. Because she's seen you fight and stuff. And you just talked about a civil war and whatnot, so that's why you now have influence over her. So mark that someplace. You have influence over Helen, the blue lizard. As, she, like, ends her whatever call, if she hadn't already. And she shimmers into, like, her chameleon, well, as much as she can, while she's still got some gray on her.
Are you trying to go and visit? You got something right there.
Yes.
Like, right there.
She kind of stops. So you see the gray outline. It's like, stop. Turn towards you. And just give you this glare like, if you keep talking, I will throw you against the wall.
You know...
She runs off.
I wasn't done with you yet! and for the record, the deception about the planet is that Apollo's not really an alien.
Right. Nice. Did we actually? I thought we. Wait, are we back on not an alien? I thought we were on alien.
That's the fun part about this.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Outsider just means not from the normal.
I get that 100%. I thought we'd actually settled on alien. That's fine. I thought so. That's all right. No problem.
I have a resume.
You look down at the resume. It literally just says meow 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 meow.
I didn't say it was a good resume. It's just a resume.
And then at the bottom of the special skills, it says easy to work with.
Again, total lie.
I mean, you gotta doctor those resumes up a little bit, huh?
You gotta.
Toxic waste removal expert.
And those lizards aren't so bad. And Apollo just kind of prances out and starts walking off towards the school.
Okay. So meanwhile, O'Malley and I would believe Cal at this point finally come across the same bodies of the squat team there, and he's radioing O'Malley's radioing like 7 different people, and none of them have seen the lizard. And he just kind of like sighs and hangs his head. He's just like, and the 2 SWAT guys are just like unconsciously laying on the ground.
Cal notices the durian.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he sees the cat paw prints but doesn't do anything. Scoops up a little of the durian and uses it as smelling salt to wake the cops up.
Those poor cops.
I don't know how well smelling salts works when they've been like knocked unconscious physically, but okay. You get like one of them to sort of come to a little bit. So it looks like both of these guys have been rocked for their they've had their head kicked in pretty hard. And he's just laying on the ground like, Oh.
Cal's just gonna look at them. Missing something?
Yeah, my ability to move seems to not be here.
Well, that's what happens when you get your ass kicked by a girl.
Seriously? That's
What
where you
part
went
of
with
the-
that?
To be fair, a camouflaging badass girl, but still.
Yeah. She's more than just a girl. She's probably older than I am, number one. Number two, she's really flipping strong. So the SWAT officer just lays his head back down, like, ow. O'Malley's just like, so, like, officer, can you tell me anything what happened here? Like, we were taking her away, and suddenly, I don't remember much, and suddenly, I was on the ground and everything hurt. I think there was a big, bright flash of light in there too, but I'm not certain.
You can't steal that trope.
I'm pretty sure that said female, who is a badass, definitely kicked your ass. I'm not saying that there's not an imprint of my face in a brick wall because of her, because there definitely is. But the fact remains, she kicked your ass.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Ow. So O'Malley just kind of stands up and shakes his head. He's just like, oh my goodness. Well, at least we got some of them we're bringing in the lockup. Actually, a lot of them. I doubt they'll tell us anything.
None of them probably know anything. They know they were looking for a specific person.
Yeah, who is that, by the way? You know what? Not here. So...
He looks... Someone you've met.
Right, yeah. Let's just go down to the station.
I don't think that's the right call.
I need to be there because I have to do a whole bunch of everything. Everyone's got this here. I need to get back and start coordinating the fallout from all this.
Detective,
Yes.
would you do me a favor as a cop? Isn't it your job to bring lost children home?
Yes, sure. Okay, let's go with that then.
Good. And the last thing I'm going to say before I jump in the car with O'Malley is, Apollo, once you're done with your little meeting with the lizard, you realize that your collar seems heavier. And you look down, and Cal's probably going to regret this, and in the little like bell that you have, the bell's been replaced with the car keys.
Huh. How'd those get there? Wait. I have the car keys! So before we get to sync or finish, Cal, Apollo realizes this after the conversation, and instead of walking to school, goes and gets the car.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Alright, so... split scenes in the panel with O'Malley driving Cal home, Apollo in sync in the car, Apollo
How do you
driving.
have me?
Oh, because you're outside, so I figured.
Okay.
I figured once you're outside, you just kind of
School's
slip
been
away.
canceled.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. School's been canceled for probably the next couple weeks now because
Whoa, school break!
the building's been, yeah. So,
I'm
anyway.
going to hold that over my dad's head. Look what happens when you send me to school, Dad.
Oh yeah. There you go. So anyway, you guys make it back to Cal's plate, the shed, the laboratory. So, O'Malley gets you out of the car, and he's just like, he's just like, oh my gosh, okay, what did you need to tell me?
I want to show you the person they're looking for.
Oh, you have them.
Everything seems to be revolving around me, isn't it?
Sure. And Callan, Sink and Apollo, you guys can get there whenever Apollo feels like you guys actually get there.
Oh, crud.
Oh, I didn't go to pick up Sync.
I wondered if he would, considering it's Apollo.
Oh.
Athena, get in.
You're taking Athena for a joyride?
Alright.
Fine, I'll just teleport back to Cal's lap myself.
that's
I don't
what-
need a cool car.
Yeah. That's all that. Okay. So Athena jumps into the car.
Apollo, being the heartless soul he is, drives Athena to the edge of town and leaves her out there.
What?
What do you do at the edge of town?
No, Apollo wouldn't do that. No, Apollo. It's like, okay, Apollo would do that, but
Yeah.
so Apollo's just frustrated with Cal about the whole scene and is, just talking to Athena. And I met the lizard and they seem really nice. Like, I don't know why we're fighting them. Like this is all wrong.
Really? So how long do you stay out, just out of curiosity?
A while.
Gotcha. And you did take Athena with you, right? You just didn't leave her off to the side.
No, Apollo would,
Yeah.
but would
Right.
not have done that.
Okay. So she's with you, and she just kind of sighs.
Yeah, we're driving.
Yeah. So she sighs and she's like, "What's the matter? Like, what happened between you two?"
Well, I mean, we got into this fight, and I may or may not have teleported through a. You know what? How good are you at astrophysics?
Astra what?
Okay, I went through what's called a portal, came through the portal, and landed on her.
Oh, is that
Cal.
is that the thing the fox comes through all the time?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Cal, and I know you can smell it. It's awful. Cal put this chemical on her, and it got on me, and it itches now. And oh no, my fur's coming out.
So she leans over and kind of licks your neck, and is like, "Okay, yeah, that is just as bad as I thought it was gonna be."
I'm gonna be a naked mole rat.
Oh, you'll be fine. I'm sure.
It's coming out in bigger patches.
My owner's got like some special shampoo for that kind of thing. I'll grab some. It'll be fine.
But no, like if these people would just talk, I think they could solve their problems.
Which people?
The lizards and everybody else.
There's lizards?
Yes.
Okay. Not the little ones I kind of pounce out all the time in the backyard.
No, these would pounce on you and eat you.
Okay, that's bad.
They're big.
Right. Oh, okay. They're those kind of. Okay, gotcha. Apollo. Can I ask you something?
What?
Um, you and Cal are, you know, is Cal like really your owner, or does he just kind of watch you?
He thinks he's my owner.
Okay, well, I mean, yes, every human thinks they own their cat, but let's just pretend for a moment. Because, like, you two have a very special relationship. I can see it.
I'm not in love with him.
No, not like
He
that.
feeds me.
You just seemed upset with things that were happening, so...
Well, I mean, he just covered me in all of this. It was. I have to do all the work. And I'm just the cat.
I mean, well, but you are a cat. Of course you do all the work.
I'm tired of doing all the work. I just want to be a cat.
Look, it's a hard life being a cat. Trust me, I know. It's a very busy day, being a cat. You at least get to go off and have fun. I'm always stuck in either the yard or now the lab or and it's nice, don't get me wrong, it's nice and safe and all that, but I don't get to be out there. You do.
I mean, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Before I became Cal's pet, and yes, I'm using this move twice in an episode.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about my home, so I'm going to roll first.
Okay.
Because, of course, I'd roll another 12.
Okay.
I'm not from around here.
Oh?
You see, I'm a foreign cat.
Oh. How far away?
A ways.
Okay.
But my home, they have all the mice you can eat.
They have what?
All the mice you can eat.
Ooh. I love hunting mice. They're so much fun.
And all the fish you can catch. It's amazing. They speak a weird language, something about vodka. I don't know.
I have a joke, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh, please do.
No. Mm-mm.
So I am taking influence over her by lying about where Apollo's from because you have no clue where Apollo is really from now.
Right, yeah.
And I'm also clearing angry. Actually, no, I'm going to clear guilty. Because Apollo's confessing all of the things that have happened here.
Right.
The glories of the home.
Right. Well, with influence over her, she snuggles next to you as you're driving and just like gives that sigh like, I'm glad you're here now.
It's what it is.
So we're gonna flip back to the laboratory where Sync, I'm assuming, just kind of showed up. In fact, probably showed up before Cal did.
I imagine I did.
Yeah. So Cal, you get back in. O'Malley's like go into your lab. Let me I have to make a few phone calls first. I'll be right in. Okay.
Door's unlocked.
Cool. Just give me a few minutes here.
Sync, meanwhile, while he's in the lab, he is sitting. He's standing next to Owen, and he's on his phone actually texting his dad at the moment. Just kind of like go over the basics of like there's an attack on the school. School got canceled. Don't worry, I'm safe. I'll be back home later. But he's just keeping a weird little vigil over Owen as I'm just standing in there.
Cal walks in, just sort of silently, doesn't say anything, just has the sort of look on his face.
What's up with you? We won, right? This is a good day. We actually got the bad guy for once.
No, we didn't.
No, did she get away again?
That doesn't really matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Notice somebody missing?
It's Apollo, right? I thought he was with you.
I thought he was with you.
I didn't even see him after all this stuff happened.
I might have threatened to punt him through a field goal.
Yes, and? What, did you actually do it?
No, I couldn't bring myself to do it, but he,
What?
I don't even know right now.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about unless you say it, so spit it out. I mean, we fought together today. We did awesome. Like, whatever's up, you can just let it out.
I might have told Apollo just to go.
Like, go?
Yeah.
Huh. That explains why Athena's not here. Wonder if he came by and took her.
So, as this is going on, you do notice Athena walks back into the house. The car's back. Apollo's not here.
Okay, that's super weird. How bad of a fight did you guys have?
I came within 2 inches of punting him in front of a police officer.
What did you do to trigger that?
He might have blamed this all on me by bringing up the formula.
This has nothing to do with the formula. I mean, aside from the fact that this probably all started because of the formula. But I mean, so what, you think it's your fault now?
I mean, might have just lost the person who I don't even know.
You're doing it again, aren't you? You're doing that thing where you make it all about you and your problem. Where, like, this big bad thing is happening. These lizards are attacking our school. And, like, they were almost declaring war, like, our entire territory here. And, like, you boil it all down to, I did something that caused this. Like, you think it's entirely your fault. No! Those guys are jerks. Those guys are idiots. Like, some big deal. You got a formula they stole. Big deal. They use it to poison people or whatever. Like, and you can't fix it right away. You'll fix it eventually, but whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is that this is bigger than you.
That's not the point. Think. That's not the point.
What is the point, then?
What How would you feel if this exact same scenario, if you had a fight with your best friend and they ran off and you don't know what's going on with them? It's because you. I don't know where Apollo is. And the last thing I said to him was basically just to go.
Cal, listen, I don't do this often, but I don't do this often, and I'm being serious right now. And Tink walks up to you, and he like puts a hand on you, like to like stop you, and like make you pay attention. Cal, Apollo, above all things, can take care of himself. You guys have had a lot worse fights than this. This is gonna solve itself. It's not as big as you think it is. I'm trying to comfort and support.
Ooh, roll it.
I'm bad at it for good reason. Actually, I'm good at it. Crap.
There you go.
Okay, so comfort and support. On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential clear conditions or shift labels if they open up to me. Oh, 10 plus, I can add team to the pool. Sweet. So I do.
Actually, Paula, didn't you add team for your thing?
Not for Athena, but for the first one, so it should be 2 team in the pool.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Cal looks at you. This is different. Everything's just been falling apart. I mean, look at just what happened over everything. You say I can fix it. I can't. I got myself caught, captured, handcuffed, glued together. We lost her twice. And now my best friend is off there doing something. And I don't know where. It's because I was a jerk. So, no, this isn't going to just fix itself. It's not going to be fine. It's not going to be okay. He's not opening up.
I know. Well, fine then, wallow. You know better than I do that Apollo can take care of himself. He's not going to be in any trouble. Oh, hi, Athena. And, wait, where's Apollo?
She looks up, and if I remember right, the translator's off, so she just looks up and kind of meows at you.
Oh, right.
She gives a shrug, though.
Look, we give each other crap a lot, and it's weird because I project this image, and even before I met you, Apollo was really the only person I could call a friend. As weird as that sounds, as being a cat, but like everything with the Twitch and the streaming and all of that, I would never have come out of the shell I was in if it wasn't for him. And I need to know that whatever's going on, he's okay.
So why don't you just track him? You got a collar on him. Don't you?
Cal holds up the bell.
Was that bell the only tracker you had on this collar?
I replaced it with the keys to the car. I at least
You didn't like microchip him or anything?
No. That's not the type of technology I do.
I mean, no, I mean, like, pets. Just, yeah.
Also, for the record, I shared a vulnerability or weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
When you share a vulnerability or weakness with somebody, hold 2, spend the hold 1 for 1 to clear a condition, or add 1 team to the pool when you are with them.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
Well, you lost the tracker. What can we do to find Apollo? There's gotta be some way to get to him. I mean, if Athena's back here, then that means that, like, well, the car's probably back here, right? Maybe we can use that.
I forget. Did we name the computer?
Yes, I actually wrote it down.
Please.
The computer's name is Hamlet.
Thank you. Hamlet, translator on.
You just hear like the acknowledging sound effect when you have whatever, like the Star Trek computer sound effect, whatever, and then it just it's on.
Athena.
Oh, she pats over. Yes.
Where did you guys go?
We didn't really go much of anywhere. We just drove around for a while and just talked.
Works for me. Looks over at, I forget the daddy lizard's name.
I've got all those written down. Hold on.
Zachariah.
Right.
Looks, Zachariah,
Yes.
can you go tell me where the GPS in the car has been for the past half an hour?
Sure, I could pull that up. Do you mind if I use your computer?
Go ahead.
Right. He puts his hand on the monitor and the GPS info for it just pops up on the screen.
Alright, so if we just go out there, maybe we can just track where Apollo went.
So, meanwhile, O'Malley finally comes into the laboratory.
Oh,
He looks-
geez, you're here too.
Yeah, he looks around, he sees the somber attitude of this, not to mention all of the people down here, and he's just like, oh.
Cal points to the table where Owen is.
Sink immediately steps next to Owen protectively.
It's fine. I'm just showing the detective who the lizards were after.
Him?
Yeah, him.
What do they want him for?
It's complicated.
Oh, of course it is.
Suffice to say, it has to do with the reasons he's laying in a coma on a medical table in my shed.
Words I never thought I would hear. Okay.
It was all fine till the words "in my shed" came out, right?
Yes, yeah. The last three were really the hard part there. Because, medical bed, laying in, I've heard that before. I've heard in the shed before, yes, but never all three of those parts put together in the one sentence. It's kind of weird. All right.
So at this point, Cal's walking over, and he looks over to the cooling rack and just sees the cat print kneaded cookies, and just...
Oh no!
Oh.
When you're done, meet me outside. And just comes off. And this is everybody in the shed is going to lose it at this next thing, because this is the first time Cal has ever done this. He slams the door.
Oh, wow. Ah! So, meanwhile, O'Malley, Owen's father comes up. I don't remember if I gave him a name or not.
You did, but I forget
Mister?
what it was.
No. Vincent.
Vincent Nelson.
So Owen's, so Vincent's there because everybody else is. So, Vincent goes over and talks to O'Malley a bit, to get just some information about him and whatnot. Apollo, meanwhile, where are you off to? Or not off to, or whatever.
Apollo's off to the Citadel.
Okay. So,
That's kind of epic.
yeah, so you're driving that direction.
No, Apollo's on foot. I
Oh.
sent the car back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We drive in that
Right,
direction.
right. Fair.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right, all right. So you're heading off to the... That's going to take you a bit to get there. So...
I will say that even in his rage,
Mhm.
Cal does restock gadgets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, for reference, Apollo and Athena drove to the edge of town.
Mhm.
Apollo sent Athena back
Okay.
in the car. So they're going to
Okay.
drive to the edge of the town first
Okay.
before they would head to the Citadel.
Okay.
Because that's where the car would show the last location.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Okay. All right, gotcha. So you can make it there in a reasonable amount of time. It's probably evening by this point. Anyway. All right. So Okay, you're at, like, the Citadel. Like, what do you do while you're there? Like, nobody's noticed you outside the wall yet because you're a small cat.
I knock on the door.
So, Apollo knocks on the door, the giant gates, and they slowly kind of slide open slightly. Like, just a tiny bit. So you have, like a lizard guard, like, poke his head, like, his eye, like, look through the crack it makes. Like, sounds like, who's out there? It's like the most amazing tiny door, like, massive door opening, just a tiny little bit to, like, kind of poke your head through.
Down here, dummy.
Oh. Hello? You're a talking cat.
I'm here to turn myself in and to speak to your leader
Turn yourself in.
for destroying the Citadel.
Oh, you're that cat.
Yes, I'm that cat.
So with that, like, he ducks inside, and you just hear horns and bells going off. And in a flash, like, about 5 lizards are now all outside, all pointing spears directly at you.
As y'all can see, I am unarmed.
We get the feeling that doesn't mean much.
And I've come here on my own free will to surrender. You do not need to point the sharp, pointy objects at me.
So,
If you make me fight you to surrender, I will end all of you.
No, it's... So, the one lizard, like, walks over, kind of, like... They give you, like, this odd pat down to make sure you're not, like, actually have, like, bugs or anything on you. Like, electric bugs and whatnot.
I have nothing. I do have fleas.
Yeah, that's fine. You're fur. So, for safety reasons...
My request is, though, that I have an audience with the general.
Well, General's not here, but his mate just showed back up. She's about second in command.
Oh, she's nice. We've chatted. Yeah.
Yeah.
That will do fine.
So, the guard, because you're surrendering and because they still don't actually trust you 100%, the guard does gently grab you by the scruff of the neck and then puts you in a cat carrier. And then they carry you off into the Citadel.
This is humiliating. Y'all could have at least patted it.
It is. It's a nice carrier. It's
It's humiliating.
yeah. So they bring you inside.
Inmates feel? No,
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. All right. So they bring you up, and you go into. You're not in the Citadel. Only just that you go into like the main keep. Whatever, and you feel you're going up like flights of stairs and whatnot. And you finally get into what looks like a very luxurious kind of meeting room, if you will. Helen is there.
Very posh.
Still. She's there, and you can see she's got this towel. She's still just like scrubbing crud off of her.
It never comes off.
It does. She stops and like stares at her. The guards who have just brought you in, and they're like, they say like, "Man, he's come to surrender, and he wishes to speak with you first." And she's just like, "And you didn't just kill him?" No. Okay, good. Just leave him and just go. So I put the carrier down. They don't open it though. They just put the carrier down, like on a table, so you're kind of like at better eye level, not like on the floor. So it's okay. You can see it's got you can see through it and everything like that. So she sits down at the table and she's still like scrubbing her arm, whatnot. As she looks into the carrier at you, she's like, "Why did you even come here?"
Well, my owner said he doesn't need me anymore. He doesn't want me.
So you came here.
Well, I mean, that's the only other place I've been in a while. Granted, last time I was here, I did kind of... Yeah, I'm sorry about the... I'll help fix it.
It's okay. We're good at the fixing part. What could you possibly want? You realize we're not just going to let you go.
I realize that. I just want to know what y'all want.
It's simple. She just kind of stands up and cranks her neck. She's like, we just want Caelus City to surrender to us.
Why? What did they do?
She looks at it's not what they did. We want it.
But why?
It's about time we expanded ourselves. Expanded our resources. And she looks down as she says that. And clearly just stops talking at that point.
So you don't have enough space for your lizards.
Oh. Space isn't exactly what I meant by expanding.
I mean, you have me captured here. Why not monologue a bit? Tell me your grand scheme. What am I going to do? I'm a cat. No one's going to listen to me.
I've watched your Bond movies. I don't need to tell you everything. But what we need goes far beyond Caelus City.
And what's with that drug y'all stole? Like, what's up with that?
We've been doing a lot of testing on a lot of things. Anything we can find to make our army stronger or the enemy weaker.
What if I could get you the lab work of that medicine?
Well, I believe we stole a decent amount of that when we were able to acquire it.
I live in the lab of the creator.
She just kind of blinks and looks over to you like... Clearly she didn't know that. She's just like... Oh. I guess that makes some sense.
Also, Kitty.
Aww.
Aww. Hey, Kitty.
I met the general. Thank you.
Yeah. So she just kind of like looks back at you. She's like, "That makes sense as to why the general's favorite human servant is no longer here." Look, I'm not telling you that we want to rule over your city. We just need it.
Okay. Well, if we don't have an arrangement, then I'm sure you'll lock me in the bar in the cells, and we'll go from there.
She kind of like looks down and she's like, "You're already in a cell."
You really think this would hold me if I wanted out?
It's reinforced by magic.
Do you really think this would hold me if I wanted out?
She looks at her guards like, "Get him in this cell." Get the feeling it's not actually reinforced by magic. She just said that.
Yeah, I'm calling her bluff on that.
Oh yeah, no. She's not very convincing, when she said that. She didn't even believe it. Like, whatever. Look, what arrangement would you even want? There's nothing you can offer me.
How about an army?
What, of cats? We tried that.
Dogs, but yes.
Oh, you have an army of dogs now.
I can get one. They're better trained than the cats, trust me.
Yeah, no, we're quite aware. Yeah, we tried the cat army thing. The program we did either made the cats completely wild or they just didn't listen to us anyway.
I mean, that's normal.
Right, yes, exactly. We've discovered that cats can't really be manipulated like that.
I don't know what y'all are thinking.
So there's a lot of experiments happening here. A lot.
Your scientists are idiots.
Definitely not going to disagree with you.
Apollo's going to try to pierce the mask.
Thank you. Go right ahead.
I'm going to spend team selfishly.
Really? I wonder how.
After all the complaining you're doing about not getting potential. Also, I had to go off push to talk because Cat claimed keyboard.
Fair.
Of course, Cat did. Cat.
Cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been there. So Apollo is going to try to strike a nerve here.
Mm-hmm. He's right. Good.
Not only are your scientists idiots, your general's an idiot. His plan is horrible. And it's going to fail.
You don't even know what it is. Don't you talk about my mate that way?
Well, so far you haven't given a plan. Do you even know what his plan is?
To some extent. I know enough. I know what I need to know.
Do you trust your mate?
Absolutely.
That's a mistake.
Of course it is.
Oh, come on, you're no fun.
But I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to tell you no. I know what I'm getting into.
You know you'll
I'm
be the
his
first
mate.
one
I'm not his lover.
You'll be the first one killed.
Probably. Unless I finally get him that son he's looking for.
So he's looking for an heir.
Well, yes, the first one didn't work out all that well.
He was a little holy.
No, he's a rebel. And that's why his father threw him in jail at prison in the first place.
Oh. Well, it'd be a shame if, you had to die at his hands.
Huh?
Oh. You didn't know.
No what?
He's escaped.
No, we knew that one. We took all the prisoners and
Oh, fine.
yeah, that one we knew. We don't know where he's at. Do you know where he's at?
I might. But I'm not telling you. Nah, 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 nah.
Meanwhile, we just get a montage of Cal and Sync silently driving.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I now see this next comic panel of they have Apollo like on a leash and a collar kind of a thing, like in a very tight, like compact little cell with a can of tuna fish right outside where he can't reach it.
Yeah, this is cruel and unusual. I'm gonna have the Geneva Convention people come out here.
If you just tell us where he's at, you'll get the tuna.
That wasn't the deal. You were supposed to tell me what I wanted to know, and I'd tell you what you want to know. The tuna's just mean.
So Helen's still there. Like, this is all in Helen's room, by the way. Just like, alright, fine. She pushes the tutor towards the cage so you can actually get to it. Okay, at least try to be dignified.
I'm in a cage!
You're a cat. You're always in a cage.
So tell me what I want to know. What is your plan for when the general tries to kill you?
General tries to kill me. Huh? As I said, if that's what happens, then that's what happens. I'm here to do my job the best I can, which is infiltration, information gathering, and, yes, sunbearing. Ever since his last mate was slightly more unsuccessful at that.
What if I guaranteed that you would beat the general?
They're not talking about you, buddy. It's okay. For those who don't know, my cat's name is General.
General, right? That's fair. She looks at you and is like, I don't know if I'm general material exactly, but could use somebody watching my back.
How about 3 somebodies? I'm sure my owner's looking for me. He was mad, but I'm sure he'll get over it. I could convince them. Potentially convince them to kill the general and spare you.
Well, killing him right now is going to be kind of hard.
Why is that?
He's not here.
Well, yeah, we've noticed, because the last 3 times we've been here. Yes, we've been here 3 times.
I know.
He's only been here once.
Yes.
And he wouldn't duel me.
No, he would not.
Chicken.
He didn't take you seriously. I'll be honest. The robot suit kind of made that kind of flip.
I had a sword.
You did, but still, you were
The
just
Stay Puft Marshmallow thing, yeah, I get.
this coming in with that the Skittle gun and all this stuff. Like, oh, by the
Also,
way,
why did your scientist buy all of our candy?
your candy?
That's our thing. We buy all the city's candy after Halloween.
I'm sorry, we wanted the candy. What? We're not allowed to have a sweet tooth?
I mean, you could have asked. We'd have given you some.
No. No, we're very certain that we've started to understand your fighting style. So yes, we decided to buy all of the candy. We didn't steal it. We bought it. We have enough in our coffers because we didn't want to cause much suspicion. And nobody suspected a thing. Except apparently you.
Well, I mean, I'm clearly the smartest of the 3.
You mean smarter than the scientist that you have on your team?
Question, do you say this as you're licking yourself?
Yes. And you've seen the video of him doing risky business, right? I am clearly the smartest one of the bunch.
How in the world did that even get on the internet?
I pushed the button that said go live and laughed.
Why is it still on the internet?
Because I'm a soulless cat.
Okay, that's good.
Speaking of soulless cats, here's mine.
Aw. I should go get
Mine's
Tina.
been here.
Should go get Tina at some point. So, she looks at you, she's like, what do you really want? What are you really looking for all this? Oh, by the way, you went to pierce her mask and then you did the thing and you never asked the question.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Like the whole mechanic that you just did the thing for. Spending team selfishly and whatnot. We just kept talking.
What do you intend to do?
Is that the short term or long term one? I forget.
Short term is intent. Really planning is long term.
Right.
So Apollo asks it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your end game?
So that's what you're really planning.
Yeah.
Like, our end game? It's simple. Well, it's actually very complicated. But,
I'm a smart cat.
well, I didn't mean like that. The bottom line is to assimilate Caelus City into our resources.
Oh, what are you now, the Borg? What are you gonna do? Turn the people into lizards?
Yeah, I've watched that show, and no, we're not doing that. But no, we need to be as big of an operation as we can be.
All right. Apollo's curled up and is starting to take a nap now.
Right. So the last panel on this. Okay, well, the next panel is I'm going to say is Sink and Cal like in the car with the Citadel in the shot. I don't know how close you guys are going to get, but that's where that is. Mm-hmm. And as Apollo, like the final comic panel for this is Apollo is fast asleep, you know, in the cage, whatnot. He's been put into a bigger carrier again, so you know, and he's like conked out asleep as Helen is standing at like the window of the room she's in, just looking out over the Citadel. She's at this window. It's kind of like looking over the Citadel and the rest of the forest and whatnot. And she looks it over and she kind of sighs. And the little bubble, like, is a whisper, but the little bubble above her head says, "'Cause if we don't, we're all dead." And that's going to be where the comic ends. So thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. For Nora, Chammy, and Teach, I'm OPT. I don't know what this was, but it was fun. Later, bye.